The ancient India had some of the greatest empires ever that ruled Bharat. The initial people were termed Mahajanapadas, which essentially means people's foot. A new kind of socio-political development was taking place in Mahajanapada. The empires that came over time included the Mauryans, the Kanishkas, the Guptas, and the great Cholas, who ruled the entire subcontinent at one point of time. The medieval period was predominantly ruled by the Chauhans, the Pallavas, the Rajputs, and plenty of other famous empires. While the Mughal Empire entered the country, it had a huge impact on the culture and traditions of the country. The rise of a different architecture, language, and growth started happening all around India. The 1800s saw the period of colonization by the Portuguese, the French, and then followed by the Great British Empire. Once again, these colonization started changing the entire game, starting from culture, language, tradition, buildings, architecture, and whatnot. In the 200-year struggle for independence, thousands of Indians sacrificed their lives to free the country from the British Raj. The most well known freedom fighters were undoubtedly Mahatma Gandhiji, Netaji, Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhagat Singh, and a few others. However, unlike these big names, there were many others who fought equally hard but never got any share of the limelight. The other notable freedom fighters were Alluri Sitarama Raju, Tirupur Kumaran, Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay, Aruna Asaf Ali, Subramanyam Bharati, Pyar Ali Khan, Velu Nachiyar, and many others were also part of the great Indian freedom fight. Before the partition of India in 1947, about 584 princely states, also called native states, existed in India. From 565 princely states and 17 provinces before partition to 14 states and 6 union territories following the reorganization of states in 1956 to 29 states and 7 union territories in 2014. We have come quite a long way. And later, after the bifurcation of Jammu and Kashmir to 28 states and 9 union territories, we have come a really long way in administration and politics. Some of the key events post independence include the first general election in 1952, Indo-Pak War in 1965, first women prime minister in 1966, the launch of the first unmanned satellite Aryabhatta in 1975, India's World Cup win in 1983 that changed the entire sports industry, followed with the Great Indian Economic Reform in 1991, the nuclear test by India that shook the entire world in 1998, India's victory in Kargil War in 1999, Chandrayaan 1 in 2008, Anna Hazare's battle against corruption in 2012, PM Narendra Modi's announcement of demonetization in 2016, which is widely considered the greatest reform, India's battle against COVID 19 with the largest immunization program. We have come a long way since independence and grew multifolds in many areas. We are going to present you a strong set of facts of our great Indian country. Since 1947, India has had 15 prime ministers, with our current prime minister as Mr. Narendra Modi ji. India's current population is roughly around 150 crores. We are the second most populous country with widely distributed culture and tradition, and also the demographic factors. Our country has launched 346 satellites for 36 different countries as of today. The ISRO, India's government space agency, is the only launch capable agency currently in India, with all the researchers and commercial projects under its belt. India has a total of 53 operational satellites in space, providing various identified services to the entire nation. And as you can see, we have been consistently or enormously growing in space research. There are around 8 major river systems in India with more than 400 rivers in total. The country also has 5,202 dams, with two largest river basins in the subcontinent being the Ganga and the Brahmaputra. Kalanai is an ancient dam built across the Kaveri River flowing from Tiruchirappalli to Tanjavur. It is still hailed as the greatest construction project ever undertaken by any ancient king, and the majesty of its stand is simply marvelous. India now has 2,967 tigers. The growth in the fourth cycle of the tiger census has been 33%. The Asiatic lions in the Gir forest, known as the pride of India, has seen a steady increase over the years by 29% to 674 in being in total. Since the inception of Central Zoo Authority in 1992, the government has evaluated 347 zoos, out of which 164 has been officially recognized. There are around 565 existing wildlife sanctuaries in India covering an area of 12 lakh square kilometers, which is approximately 3.73% of the geographical area of the country. Another 219 sanctuaries are proposed in the Protected Area Network report, covering an enormous 16,000 square kilometers. The nation has a total of 12 public sector banks, while 21 private banks, with the number of ATMs to be around 255,000. India's GDP contribute around 22% to the global growth alone. The GDP in India is expected to reach 3 trillion US dollars by the end of the year. Our current growth forecast is 7.2% for this year. It's also a nation which has the largest railway network in India. With 13,169 passenger trains and 8,479 freight trains, flying 23 million travelers and 3 million tons of freight daily from 7,349 stations, the railway network has seen the highest growth ever in the history, and it's also the quite largest in volume and infrastructure also. The total number of recognized startups in India rose from 471 in 2016 to 72,993 as of today. It's also home to 105 unicorns with a total valuation of 338.5 billion US dollars. It homes around 166 billionaires, while only 18 of them are in the top 500 list. The nation has managed to amass 743.83 ton of gold in its reserves. The Indian households alone may have accumulated up to 25,000 tons of gold primarily because of its liquidity. It's also projected that this year a requirement of 800 tons of gold is seen. The culturally rich India is a country of diverse population spread across different religions. There are around 2 million temples in India, and each year the number gets increased substantially. It also has around 1 lakh active mosques, a number which is more than most Islamic nations. Population wise, India has the third largest Muslim population. There are around 10,701 parishes that make up 174 dioceses, which are organized into 29 ecclesial provincials. Of these, 132 dioceses are of the Latin Church, 31 of the Syro-Malabar Catholic Church, and 11 of the Syro-Malankara Catholic Church. The Taj Mahal is one of the seven wonders of the world, and it's truly a beauty on its own. The 2022 Chess Olympiad in Chennai, Tamil Nadu was the first of its kind to take place in India with a budget of 92 crore rupees. The total number of participants were 1,737 with 937 in the open category and 800 in the women's event. India has the highest percentage of female pilots globally. The International Society of Women Airline Pilots estimates with about 12.4% of all pilots women, compared with 5.5% in the US. We all have seen just a few of the facts around India. There are plenty more achievements that are recorded in the history of mankind around India. We take immense pride and happiness in giving Mother Earth the recognition she deserves. Wishing you all a happy Independence Day. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.